Hey everyone, it's Gina from orchidandopal.com, and today I'm back with a selection of products from Bead Box Bargains, the sister site of the subscription, the Bargain Bead Box. Every month we get a coupon code to use at their sister site, and you don't have to be a subscriber in order to shop on Bead Box Bargains. I do have a coupon code that you can use if you need one, and that code is OPAL15, OPAL15, and I'll leave that down below as well as the link directly to their shop. This is one you'll want to check often because they have limited stock, but lots of great prices and closeout materials, and they have lots of check glass beads, gemstone beads, other glass and crystal, as well as findings. I share these regularly, and like I usually say, what you see here may or may not still be available on their site, but chances are there's things there that weren't there when I placed my order because they're always getting in new things. So have a look around, see what they have currently, and if there's something you really want, you might want to go ahead and grab it because chances are it won't be there for a very long time. So I've got this hefty package in front of me. Let's go ahead and open it up and see the things I picked out this month. And I've got a hearty bundle to look at. We'll take a look at everything up close in just a minute. My total order came to $126.30. That's with $3.75 shipping in the US. And you can see where about $52 was taken off because of the use of the coupon code that came in their latest subscription box. So really cool to be able to get a discount like that off of already discounted products. And their shipping is pretty quick. I can speak for being in the US. You usually get your order within about a week. Now we can open up this bundle and I am going to show you what I picked out and we'll take a look at everything up close. All right, I went ahead and pretty much took everything out of their bag so it'd be easier for me to just go right through the list and show you everything. And I think I'll start out with the gemstone beads that I picked out. First, I have a 7.5-inch strand of 14 by 10 millimeter tiger eye faceted oval beads. These were $6.99 before the discount. These have a lot of surface area that show off that sort of wood grain-like look, with each bead having the beautiful golden sheen that you get, especially as you move them under the light a little bit. And you can see that they have some faceting on the surface of the top and the bottom. I picked out some other coin beads. These are a 7.25-inch strand of 10 millimeter faceted agate coins in the color blue. Of course, they're dyed to enhance the look of these stones, and you can see that pattern of faceting that they have on the surface of these flat round shapes, the hole that runs directly through the center, and how they're all just a little bit different, lighter to medium to darker shades of this capri blue with also a little bit of neutrals. Next is another shimmering strand. These are the 10 millimeter faceted black agate coins, again 7.25 inches, and these and the ones before them were $6.29 before the discount. Overall, they have that mostly black appearance, but there's some that have that smoky gray or smoky quartz-like look, especially towards the center of some of these beads, and they're pretty smooth and glossy around the sides. Next is the same shape, the 10 millimeter faceted coins in the fancy jasper stone. These are $6.39 before the discount. Another 7.25-inch strand, and these have a mainly green appearance, but there are some other colors that pop up in here, such as some deeper shades of burgundy, reddish brown, a little bit of mauve, and some other neutral colors. So each one of these is just a little bit different. I also picked up the faceted coins in the tiger eye. So these are similar to the ovals. They're a little bit thicker, and then of course they are the round shape instead, but they still give us that really cool golden brown sheen mixed with the deeper chocolate brown tones, and how those striations show up differently from bead to bead. So the tiger eye strand was $6.29. This one's $6.89. This is the amethyst strand, same size and everything. These are overall kind of a light purple in appearance. I'm not seeing any of these that have that really rich, deep purple that you sometimes see mixed in with the amethyst. There's a lot of the light violet color and pale tones of purple and some of that cooler light gray and white that's swirled around. And then last for the faceted 10mm coins, I have the crackled pink agate mix, $6.29 for this one. And you have a little bit of that light pink showing up in pretty much each of these beads, along with a whole lot of neutral as far as including some creamy white, a little bit of a cloudy clear tone, some tan, a little bit of gray showing up in each of these. Some of which are quite a bit different than the others, like that one here, and I'm sure all these strands are going to be different from each other in their own way. Up next, I picked up 3 of these carnelian fox pendants. They're about 23 by 17 millimeters in size, $3.99 a piece. I really like these, maybe for several reasons. We have foxes that run all through our backyard, which is really cool to see. They're really curious and playful animals, and I also have a Pomeranian that looks just like a fox with her coloring. And actually my maiden name has Scottish roots, with the name meaning fox, and also fox on the family crest, which is something I learned later in life, just a little fun fact. But going back to these pendants, you can see that they are in fact made of carnelian stone. They have a very smooth appearance. You can see the little face right there kind of tucked into its body and a little tail going off to the side. And of course, these are all going to be a little bit different, just depending on the concentration of the color and what parts of the stone they are cut from. And if you hold them up to the light, you can see they do let quite a bit of the light through. That one's a little bit lighter, and you can see a lot of the detail in that particular stone. These actually go with the larger fox pendants, which I had shared previously. And I don't know if they had these at the time. I figured I would get several of these just in case the colors were all different. And I figured I probably wouldn't see these again. And before I put them down, there's the hole placement right back there. And you can see it kind of pops up right there in between those 2 ears at the top. I haven't taken this out of the plastic yet, but this is a set of 3 electroplated agate teardrop pendants. 2 of them are 35 by 15 millimeters, and then the larger one is 50 by about 20.5 millimeters. $7.89 for this pack of 3. These really remind me of a peacock, that mix of blue and green and purple, and that shiny appearance that they have. Here's a look at the back of that larger pendant. These have the hole going through the side at the top of the long teardrop shape. And these, of course, will all be just a little bit different in their own way, but very similar. You could use these together if you wanted to maybe make a necklace that includes all 3 of these towards the bottom, or perhaps make a pendant necklace and a separate pair of statement earrings, because these still are pretty big. I noticed they also had some really pretty lampwork pendants this month, especially in some kind of leafy shapes. The first one I picked up is this one. It's a 28 by 14 millimeter copper accent twisted leaf pendant in blue zircon, but really it's more of a green, sort of a teal green. You can see those shimmery pops of metallic inside. This is $1.29, and if I hold that up to the lights, you can get a good idea of the color and the shimmer and also the shape. There's a loop at the back where you can attach that to your stringing material, and it's got some of those veining details like you expect on a leaf. The bottom has that little twist to it too, which is pretty. I also picked up 2 other colors. These are also $1.29 each. On the left, I have the light sapphire, and on the right, I have the aeronite, which is a little bit more green, kind of a pale green, as you can see. Lots of shimmer and lots of detail. And this shape is pretty delicate feeling, which I happen to like in the lamp work. A lot of times you get the lamp work and they're extremely chunky, which is fine. These just happen to have a little bit of a lighter touch feel to me, where they are a bit thinner and more dainty. And I don't want to say fragile, because they do feel like they'll hold up, but they do feel more delicate for sure. I have a couple other pendants that are similar. These are a 26 by 15 millimeter size, also $1.29 each for these. This is in the blue zircon, which is more of a teal green. And a very similar shape and everything. It's still got that twist at the bottom, but the hole placement is different. You can see the hole is actually drilled right through the face at the top of the leaf. And then I also picked one up in the red color. This one also has the copper accents, 26 by 15 millimeter and $1.29. and this one has the hole placement there at the top. And at the time I placed my order, they had quite a few colors of all these different pendants. I also picked up some packs of 2. This is the green copper sparkle, $1.69 for the 15 by 25 millimeter twisted leaf pendants. You could use these as pendants or as a pair of earrings, of course, because they come with 2 in the set. And they're a little bit smaller than those single pendants, and these have the hole that is drilled through the face. The next set is in the sapphire/copper sparkle, and each of these are $1.69 for this set, no matter what color I'm sharing. Here's the pink copper sparkle, very, very light pink, almost clear until you get that onto a surface or something. Beautiful, delicate shimmer. And then there is the aqua copper sparkle, very, very light pale aqua color or light turquoise. And I have a few more in this style to show you. These were sets of 2 for $2.49 each for each of the different colors you'll see. These are the 32 by 16 millimeter lampwork glass pendants. This is the clear/black swirl variety. Very cool. And then there's a look at the side where the loop is to attach to your beadwork. The look at the back of that one with that black swirly glass that's kind of suspended in that clear. Next, I have the clear/purple black variety. So these have the black drizzle, but also have a little bit of that amethyst purple drizzle as well that you can really see with the light going through there. Here is the clear/aqua black swirl variety. Holding that up, you can see the combination again of the black swirl and the aqua blue going through the clear. And then the last set I picked up like that is the clear/gold black swirl. You can see the hint of that gold color in the base of the glass. Now let's get into some of the other glass beads. I have some generic glass, and then I also have some check glass that I picked out. They had a lot of these 3 millimeter frosted round bead strands for like $1.89 a piece. So I picked up 2 of each of the colors that you're about to see. And this one is called Peach AB. It's got an overall light peachy golden brown appearance with that little bit of iridescence and lots of texture. All of these looking more matte. And again, this is 2 strands worth. And then I have 2 strands of the matte metallic rainbow iris, still in the 14 inches, these little 3 millimeter round beads, which come in handy quite often, especially when you're doing some bead weaving and you need 3 millimeter sizes in particular. Maybe you want to go with something different than a druck or a fire polish. Sometimes you want to reach for a round like this, or include these in your stringing and add a little pop of that rainbow-like iris finish, maybe adding that here and there, using some of these smaller beads and maybe mixing them in with some solid colors. Next are 2 14-inch strands of the matte metallic peacock iris. This has an overall sort of deep magenta color tone with also a little bit of gold, purple, tiny bit of blue, all showing up on different spots of the surface of these little rounds. Next are the orange magma iris. They have a bright orange appearance with a little bit of the corally pinky reddish tones that show up on some spots of the surface. Great color for some brighter summer jewelry or to bring into the fall with that pumpkiny orange color. Next, I have 2 strands of the steel blue/metallic blue iris. That's gorgeous where the iris shows up especially. It's very vibrant in those areas where you can see that bright blue that shows up in some areas on top of that more toned down steel blue. Here's a look at 2 strands of the emerald/green iris. Lots of beads on these strands, and like I said, all of these are about $1.89, I believe. Here's one of my favorites. This is the teal zircon/rose iris. And you can really see the contrast of the frosty matte teal, and then on about half the bead, you get that very distinct golden, copper, and sort of reddish metallic that pops against the surface. And then here's the final color I picked out in these two strands. They are the red/magma iris. So a lot of that brighter red, but also the finish over the top, which also brings in a golden cast and a little bit of a coppery orange to that reddish mix. And I figure I show these to you together. These are actually man-made hematite strands. They're a fluted beryl bead. Metallic purple iris is on the left, and then copper rainbow iris in the center, and then I have green rainbow iris on the right. They're 3.5 millimeters in size, and these are 15.5-inch strands, so quite a bit to work with. The two on the right are very similar. It's just that this one just has a hint more copper to it than this strand over here on the right, and they are $2.99 per strand. They also have that kind of cool temperature to the touch, just like hematite has, and a little bit more weight to them than a glass bead, and that really cool rib texture. Now we can look at some of the check glass. I have a package. I won't take these out since they're sealed like this, but this is a 10-gram bag of 6mm check pressed glass double drilled tile beads in jet/full green vitriol, $2.59 for this pack. So the 2-hole tile beads with lots of different metallic tones showing up on the surface, especially the pops of magenta that you can see, and a little bit of green, blue, purple, and you can see the 2 holes that run parallel through these beads. And then the other package that is sealed up is containing 10 grams of also the check press glass double drilled tile beads, this time in cornflower opal, $2.39 for this pack. And I'm always happy to snap up some 2-hole beads in particular when I see them on Bead Box Bargains, especially when I'm able to use a discount combined with the already discounted price. These have the definite cornflower blue color, and you can see where those holes are located through either side of the tile beads. Next, I have several different colors to show you of the 2-hole tulip bellflowers. This is the opaque indigo color, and I picked up 2 bags of each of this variety. So this is 2 bags worth that you see in my hand, 20 pieces per bag. So this is a total of 40 pieces. And each of the bags were $1.79, I believe, before the discount. So here's that rich opaque cobalt blue color, so gorgeous. And that 3-petal shape with the holes that run up through the base of the flower and out through the top. So really cool to make some interesting bead weaving designs with this shape and to be able to get these in multiple colors. Next, I have the transparent red/full rainbow, and I believe these were $1.69 for each pack. I have 2 packs worth, total of 40, and these are that approximately 9mm shape, same exact shape that we saw in the cobalt blue, but these have a little bit more transparency, and not to mention they have that AB iridescent rainbow-like coating that shows up on both sides of that tulip shape. Also at $1.69, here's the same shape in the opaque sky blue variety. 40 pieces here that you can see in my hand. And they have the slightest little hint of striations running through the glass that you'd only see if you looked at these up close. Up next are the alabaster/terracotta luster variety, $1.69 per bag, and 2 bags worth or 40 pieces here. You have that very light ivory colored opaque glass in the background and a little bit of a rose gold sheen that you can see under the light and some of that terracotta color that's sort of splashed over the surface. The final color I have to show you in this variety are the crystal/violet Vago luster, $1.69 and 40 pieces here with that purplish color and the almost rose gold luster that they have, just a light sheen over the top of the purple colored glass, which do let some of the light through, as you can see. Picked up some other flowers because you know I love my flowers. I have some alabaster metallic red 14mm 5-petal flower beads. These were 99 cents per bag of 5, and I picked up 2 bags, so I have 10 pieces included in my hand. This is a very pretty sort of toned down lava-like metallic matte red with the hole that runs directly through the center of the flower and the bottom looks a bit different, like you could see. So these are great, I think, for stacking different shapes of flowers that have a similar hole location, maybe doing a smaller one on top of that to get a layered floral effect. And these are great, of course, for bead weaving and embroidery and all sorts of different projects. I also picked up 2 bags of this variety, which is another type of flower, the 5-petal beads that are 10 millimeters in size. This is called the Lilac White Swirl AB with purple wash, and I picked up 2 bags of 5. They were each $1.29 per bag, I think. And you can see that purple wash that lightly settles into some areas of the petals of the flower to bring out some of that detail. They have a hole that runs up and down through the center of the bead, and I'll hold this one up to the light. You can really see where that whole location is. And then next I have 2 bags worth, or 10 pieces of the same type in the crystal clear AB with pink wash, 99 cents per bag or per 5 of these. And you can see the iridescence that shows up on one side of the bead, but you can still see it showing up through the other side. It's very reflective coming through the other side, and really pretty with the light hitting it. And these having that rosy pink colored metallic wash settling into the details. The final variety I picked up like that are the ones called White Swirl Lila Bronze Luster, 99 cents for 5 pieces, and I've got 2 bags worth. That luster coating, which is that metallic sheen you see over top of the glass, is really popping, giving us that sort of golden tone. And then you can see that dulled down, dusty pink color in the background. And then lastly for beads, I have 5 pieces of the 11 by 8 millimeter check press glass fluted pumpkin beads in alabaster / deep indigo. And it was $1.99 for this bag of 5. You can see that pumpkin shape with the hole running through the center and those ribbed sides. This has a really rich, deep royal purple color. And I picked up another bag in the alabaster / lavender nebula variety. Same size and shape, the 11 by 8 millimeter pumpkin beads. These were $1.29 for this particular color combination, with that sort of dusty purple and grayish overall look with more of a pinkish tone settling into the grooves. The next variety I picked up are the orange / nebula, $1.69 for these 5. And they also have a sort of purplish cast to them, but you can also see that very deep burnt orange color that shows up especially in the ribbed sections of the beads. And they have a metallic appearance. And the last variety in the size and shape are the opaque yellow nebula. These were $1.79 for this variety. And even though you see some spots of the brighter yellow, it's really toned down by the other coatings and colors that it has going on. They look a little bit stone-like overall, and they have a bit of a metallic sheen. Be sure to check out all of the metallic components, findings, connectors, spacer beads, pendants, you name it, that Bead Box Bargains has to offer too. I happen to just pick up one variety. These are 4 pieces of the 24 by 25 millimeter wavy polygon pendants in antique bronze, and you could get 4 of these in one pack for $1.49. I showed you mostly beads today, but they have so many other metallic components and even chain as well. And you can find some really cool things there at great prices. Here's a look at these polygon pendants though. They would make great frames for something else if you wanted to add a bead inside there, or maybe do a little interesting brick stitch around them, or wire wrap something inside or around the outside. And of course, they've got the hole at the top right there and that wavy shape. And then, of course, they include their card with a free gift on the back. And it looks like I got some more of those wavy pendants, this time in the silver tone, as a free little thank you gift with order, which is great. Another fun package from Bead Box Bargains, which I highly recommend, whether or not you get their sister subscription or not. I'll leave their info for the subscription down below as well, too, by the way. I also have a coupon for them. But don't forget you can use the coupon code OPAL15 at Bead Box Bargains, and you don't have to be a subscriber in order to shop or access their site. So feel free to leave me a comment down below. Let me know if we got any of the same things, or maybe if you have a favorite item here or anything else you'd like to say. I want to thank you so much for joining me to take a look at these products up close. I'm sure you'll see some of these popping up in finished jewelry updates down the road. So I hope you'll subscribe if you haven't already, because I'd love to have you back. Be sure to give the video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and go ahead and share it with your other beading friends wherever you'd like. That's all I have for now. Until next time, I hope to see you all again real soon. I hope you have a fabulous rest of your day, and as always, happy beading.